We did not have to wait long until we got information about mandatory minicamp day 2s and observations and things like that. And I tell you what, I cannot wait until we get our own insider so we can have straight directly from the source's mouth. We can have this information. But please support local journalism. I will leave all of this stuff, all of these links in the description below. But here are some observations coming out of day 2 minicamp. A couple people shined. Things are getting better. It's what a difference a day makes, right? So I know it's OTAs. I know it's a pajama party. I know all of that stuff. But at the same time, this goes a long way to building chemistry. And that's why these things are important. They're not here for no reason. So they are important. I don't think we have to think too much of this. But when we hear negative or we hear good, sometimes it can set off PTSD memories about what happened last year. I'm not talking about old Detroit Lions stuff. I'm talking about stuff last year, like that 1-6 start. The defense didn't make any changes, and we started off 1-6, right? We made changes. We wind up going 8-2. So, but it's amazing what a difference a day makes. Now, this information is coming from Pride of Detroit. And again, the first thing we're going to focus on is Jameson Williams, man. Kind of picking up, making amends for the tough day he had yesterday. A lot of potential with this kid, man. You can check out a catch he made on his Instagram page. Coming from Jeremy Reisman, he says, today, an 11-on-11 drill where the offense started around their own 30 to 35-yard line, Williams immediately kicked the drive off with back-to-back catches from Nate Sudfeld for a combined 36 yards. Sudfeld went back to him again on the next pass, but rookie cornerback Starling Thomas V would have likely would have drawn a flag on the play for clear pass interference. Later in practice, the team worked on a red zone opportunity. Man, I wish we had some footage of this. The Lions started at the 10-yard line with only 10 seconds to score a touchdown. The first team offense struggled to find the end zone with the defense playing with 8 guys in coverage, several just waiting on the goal line. But on the very first play of the session for the second team, Williams burst open by a few steps along the back of the end zone, and Sudfeld found him for the easy score. Now, it's important to note that Jameson Williams was working with the second team offense. That's why we have Nate Sudfeld throwing to him. And it seems like Nate was connecting with him a little more than Jared Goff was yesterday. But this is the stuff we want to hear, and I wish we got to see that. Again, you can check out a play, Jameson Williams jumping in the air. I think it came from his Instagram. I don't have that footage, but I did get I was able to see it. But it's up of him going, not making this catch, but making just a spectacular catch, man, going up to get the pass. But this is good. This is the stuff we like to see. And it's not that we're being too hard on Jameson Williams. We just know the fact that he missed all of last year, the injury, what it did, and how far it put him. When I say all of last year, this time last year, the injury put him back quite a bit. And because of that, he is behind. It's almost like when you're in school and you can't keep up with the classes, right? Then they used to hold you back in the day. I don't think they do that anymore, but that's what it's like. Jameson Williams needs to catch up, and the suspension is going to hurt that because come the start of the season, he can't be anywhere near the team. That's going to be a big deal. So he needs to get as much work as he can now so that when that time comes that he can join the team again, hopefully not that much time will have passed. Now, again, it is more information about all of these much deeper, man. So check it out. Link will be in the description. And also, I wanted to bring out, I saw from Detroit Lions podcast, Jeff Reisman said that Jameson Williams was the last player on the field. He was by far the best player on the field today for offense. So I'll try to link that short in. Anything I source will be in the description below. So make sure you check that out. Shout out to those guys. And another standout that a lot of Lions fans have been worried about is I was never worried about this guy. I actually made a video about us taking him. I knew that he was on our radar. I just felt it. You know what I'm saying? If we didn't go for Bijan, turns out we didn't even want Bijan. And that is Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, thankfully, we do have an actual shot of Jahmyr doing some things, and we're going to look at that a little bit later. But here's what Jeremy had to say about Jahmyr Gibbs. He says, it's been a relatively quiet start to minicamp for Gibbs, as he's mostly made impressions during individual drills and his explosiveness and his speed. And while I've seen more drops than I like out of him through a handful of practices, Wednesday was a showcase of just how dangerous he can be. And if we go down here, he continues. He says, during 11 on 11s, Gibbs took a quick slant, overextending to catch it, and will likely have taken it to the house for a 40-plus yard gain, beating out linebacker in coverage and splitting the defensive backs. Later, during 7 on 7s, he clearly beat Jalen Reeves-Maybin for another potentially huge gain. Now, that is the footage that I think that we have, and that was courtesy of the Detroit Lions Twitter. Let's check that out. I think this is the footage of that play. Now, obviously, he's working here with Jared Goff, and this play right here, man, I was thinking the same thing. Before I even read this, look at Jahmyr with this thing here. Goes up to get it, and he is gone. Like, I know people weren't trying to tackle him, but if you told Jahmyr that this was practice, I don't think he got the memo, because from the moment he came down, he turned on the jets, and that's probably the one that they're talking about. And here's my favorite part here is once he catches it, he turns around, and that first step, boom, he's already cutting. That's what we saw a lot of him in Alabama, is that cutting ability. And he's already cut it outside, and he's on his way to the house. And I think that is the play that Jeremy was referring to. So please, again, check out the description for everything that I source, the video from Jeff Risden and the article by Jeremy Reisman. I called him Jeff Reisman. By Jeff Risden. Okay, they got very similar names. So check those out. And again, I can't wait till we have somebody in our possession that we can send to these things, because that would be fantastic. But let me know your thoughts about training mandatory minicamp day 2. And check out the article so you can read more. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions. I got one thing to say real quick. I do not make fake content. That's not what I do. So that type of stuff doesn't sit well with me. I do not usually have sources. I get this information. I think about the videos that I'm going to make, and I do not clickbait. I do not make exaggerated headlines, I do not do that. Okay. So that type of thing doesn't sit well with me. You can criticize me in my opinion. You can criticize me in my videos, but telling me I make fake content, that is not going to sit. We have one thing, integrity, right? This platform is full of nonsense, and the only thing we have is integrity, and that's all I've had on this platform. And I think that's what sets me apart from some other Lions creators is I'm always going to be me. I'm always going to keep it like if we were talking in person. I'm never going to put on a show. That's not what I do, okay? So, and I also do not make fake content, all right? With that being said, take it easy, man, and hopefully we get some more info from training camp. I'll see y'all next time.